Alright guys, welcome to episode 19 of the MotorMarvel Podcast.
That's correct, episode 19. Pretty exciting. We've got some exciting things coming up.
Very, Sal. I'm excited, mate.
So, Pride and Joys.
Pride and Joys, we've got a very... I'd say very, very special Pride and Joy.
It's a very, very special one. So please do not miss out on that. You're going to love it. Also, we are still planning the Cars and Coffee event, so do not worry. We're just kind of trying to find a venue.
It's in the making. Yeah, we've got a few thoughts, a few things we're trying to do. We just want to do something that's a little bit special, not just something plain and normal. So we're trying to make sure we put a little bit of extra effort in there to make it awesome for you guys.
Correct. The news today got some exciting stuff, and also just a thanks to our sponsors, Exhaust Notes Australia.
Yep, Hard Hat Watches.
And Only Cars.
Yep.
So guys, other than that, let's get on to the episode.
Alright, Sal. So I've never been probably the biggest fan of Jag, but this is fucking shit. This.
So if you're listening and you're not watching, this looks like Lego.
I don't know.
I just don't. So, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's much to say about it. Then it's terrible. I'm not quite sure what they're thinking or where they're going. It's a bit of an interesting direction. As we know, Jag has decided to rebrand
and go down a very interesting, which a lot of companies have gone down that road in the past and failed drastically.
Yeah, and haven't gone so well. And I think Jag is on that trajectory.
Yes,
because this is quite awful.
I just don't know what that is like. So you know what that reminds me of?
What?
You know, what was that show which we watched as kids when they were in the future and it was a really old cartoon, the Jetsons. That's like something from the Jetsons.
The Jetsons.
It's like a flying car.
Yeah.
It looks freaking ridiculous.
What is it meant to be?
That's what I want to know. What are they trying to do?
What is it?
The problem is, right, and the big saddest thing about Jaguar, and we've said this in the previous podcast, is that it was a brand known for very, very upper class men,
and it had race car, motorsport heritage,
but it was
everything.
It was Jag. You bought a Jag. Like Top Gear used to say, like Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
It was a
Jag.
It was premium. It was very classy. It was very elegant.
I remember growing up as a kid, and if you saw someone with a Jag,
it's a Jag.
It's a Jag. You know, and it was all like luxury this and very nice that, and you'd always
it was a gentleman's car.
Yeah, it was always a very proper gentleman car.
It was a gentleman's car, and now it's just like. I don't know. I'm just lost for words. The brand itself, it's just, honestly, I don't know what you guys think, but let us know in the comments. But I just think that they've gone so far the opposite way. You didn't have to.
I don't know what box they're trying to tick here. Who are they trying to appeal to with their new branding and their new cars? Because I feel like what they're trying to appeal to is what, at the moment, everyone's winding back from. They're gearing up.
Well, everyone's going
I think
they're late to the party.
That's what I think, right?
They're quite late.
I actually think they are extremely late to the party and are well overcommitted on going down this road. And I think it's going to lead them absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, and look, I saw Jag respond to the first initial commercial.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we stand by what we're doing. We're trying to revolutionize. No, I'm sorry. You're not revolutionizing brand. You're destroying the fucking heritage. Sorry for swearing. The heritage of the brand. And I'm swearing because it's sad because this brand was cool. Jag was sick. Jag created the E-Type.
Yeah. Right?
The E-Type Jag, which was known as one of the most best looking Jags to ever be created.
Beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
Enzo Ferrari said it was a beautiful car.
Yeah.
And then you go to this? What the...
Yeah. Look, as you can tell, Sal and I are actually pretty passionate about this one. I wouldn't say we're humongous Jag fans, but to see what we considered a great brand with great products
to turn into this
is just...
an atrocity.
Yeah. It's quite... For us, yeah. Anyway, let us know what you think.
But we think this is a pile of shit.
We are definitely struggling on this one.
All right, so this is pretty exciting. Look, to be fair, I think the Audi R8 was probably one of the... I loved it. I think it was a very, very good supercar that Audi built.
Look, I remember when it came out when I was a kid, and you saw these things on the road, you went, geez, that's awesome. And it was also a car that seemed relatively obtainable, right?
Correct.
Expensive,
but obtainable.
Yeah, you felt like, oh, okay, I could probably get one of those.
And they were very different, and I love their styling.
Yep.
Even from the first generation, when they first came out, they were good looking, and you cannot say the R8 has never been a good looking car. And they kept the shape throughout the whole lineup. It changed a little bit.
Yeah, look, a bit more a wing here, a bit of this. Or
the lights changed, a bit more modern, but the whole shape of the car
has always been very similar.
Very similar, and it is a very good looking car. I've always liked it, and I've always thought that the R8 is a great.
I've had a couple of moments where I've gone, do I get one?
Do I get one? Because you can use them every day.
I've definitely been tempted. They are a cool looking car.
But unfortunately, they got discontinued, and now they're thinking about bringing it back and giving it the new engine from the new Lamborghini to Mario.
Hybrid.
So the V8 twin turbo, a 3 electric motor hybrid powertrain, which is cool and it's promising.
But look, we've agreed. We reckon hybrids
is the way to go.
Is the way to go with some of these things.
Yeah, and look,
ticking a lot of boxes. Yeah.
If they bring that back, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah.
But I want to mention something else about the Audi brand going into something else. And I know this has gone off topic, but...
Go on then.
Let me talk about this.
He likes to go off topic.
I like to go off topic, but it's still got to do with Audi and the brand.
Sure,
let's and Lamborghini.
It better be good.
Okay. So the Lamborghini Urus.
Yes.
We all know that I'm not for it. Right?
Yes.
I'm not hating on anyone that owns one. If you own one, good on you.
Yeah.
You want to own it, mad, right? Okay. Nick's said in previous podcasts there's a reason for why people purchase it.
They do. They're very successful selling car.
Okay. But my problem with the Lamborghini brand in general now, right, is that it is just an Audi brand. As sad as it sounds, you're buying an Audi. Okay? Yes. So... You've probably seen multiple YouTubers find smashed Lambos and they're rebuilding them and they look at all the parts, the chassis, the engine,
everything's got
Audi logos. Everything is made from Audi, which kind of tarnishes the Lamborghini name. Because hear me out.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward 20 years from now. The Lamborghini Urus.
Yep.
Will it be worth the same amount that it is worth today?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. How much do you reckon it'll be worth? In Australia, let's talk about our figures, AUD.
I don't know, a lot less obviously.
I'm thinking like 40, 50 grand. Because at the end of the day, it is just a glorified Audi RS Q8.
Yeah.
Right? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right? And not that that's a bad car. It's a brilliant car. So I'm not saying it's a bad car. So I'm saying it's a great car. Right?
So get to your point.
So the point is that Lamborghinis, the more and more Lambos that come out, what I'm sad to see in the future is, are Lambos going to hold their value before the after the takeover of Audi?
Did they hold their value before?
Yes. So if you look at old Lamborghinis, let's look at an old Murcielago SV or Diablo.
Okay.
They're still worth shit tons of money.
Yeah, that's because they're like the OG ones, right?
That's what I'm getting at. So anything in the Audi era, when that transition...
Done.
Well, I don't see them holding value, because what makes them special is that they're not made anymore... They're not made by Italians, and they don't have the ground... Okay. So this brings me on to this. My client was asking me what car should be thinking between a Purosangue and a Urus.
Yep.
Now the Purosangue, let's be honest, a lot of people sitting on the fence going, it's ugly, blah blah blah. Some people love it. I love the Purosangue.
Yeah,
I think it looks awesome, right? It's a V12 fucking forward drive. That is awesome, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
It was built from the ground up from Ferrari. No sharing anything.
It's got nothing to do with you being a Ferrari.
No, it's got nothing to do with me being a Ferrari fan. But let's be honest.
You're being objective.
I'm being objective. Okay. It was built from the ground up to be what it is, which Ferrari still won't classify it as an SUV.
Sure.
But anyways, it is an SUV, right? But from the ground up, completely built.
Yep.
Now, when that car gets discontinued, there will never ever be another Ferrari V12 four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive, right? Four-wheel drive. There will never ever be one. So you see a potential that it would hold its value. Where with the Urus, what's making it special? Everything is Audi. Let's think about it, guys. Everything is Audi. Cool, right in this given moment in time, you own a Urus, it's cool, it's gangster, it's mad. But I'm talking about longevity and holding your money. I don't think you're going to see holding your money with a Urus.
Yeah, but...
I know people with that don't care about that.
I was going to say,
I don't know.
Not up there.
I know, but it makes the car to me less special, because it's...
To be fair, Sal, to be blunt, it's an all-drive SUV. I don't think it's ever going to be that special.
I know that, but there are some all-drive SUVs. There's some SUVs that are pretty cool, and they'll always go down as being cool.
Tell me one in the past that you think has held value and has held a spot at the top.
Let me think. It's been different and held... It's a good point.
Thank you.
SUVs don't hold value.
They're not really meant to.
They're not meant to. No. But that's what I'm saying. The Ferrari might.
Maybe.
Tell me any other V12 naturally aspirated
I don't
Four-wheel
disagree.
drive.
And
None.
It might. But when you look...
Oh, wait, there is one four-wheel drive that will hold its value.
What?
Remember the Touareg? The V10 diesel?
Is it?
That hasn't dropped that much in value. It's still sitting high up there. That is a very rare car. Very, very rare car.
Okay.
That was cool. And everyone can... I bet you everyone on this podcast can admit with me that when that Touareg came out... Mate, the commercial one was pulling a plane.
Yeah, look,
That car was bad.
Look, but when I think back to it, I'm like, I'm trying to think of BMWs, any of the X's. I think of Mercedes. I'm like any of the.
But then again,
MLs or
correct. But like none of those cars.
Porsches, even Cayennes, Macans, like they're all.
Or do you think the Cayenne GTS will?
Look, I think it'll hold a little bit better value because it's a little bit special. Yes,
it is a little bit special.
But I think.
What I'm getting at is.
What might? What is it? Isn't there a new Urus?
Oh, I saw one of them the other day.
There's a special one, remember?
Yes, but it's got a bloody wing on it. It's dumb.
Yeah, what is it though?
I can't remember.
It's an Urus.
I'm not going to say what it is because I don't even like
it. Right? But that's kind of like a GDS or something, right? That may hold a little bit because it's a little bit different. If you're talking just an Urus,
yeah, but it's still not different because all you have to do to an RSQ8 is just tune it.
Okay.
I can't anyways, back to this. I am very excited.
That was a big tangent.
Yeah, I know, but I'm very excited about the R8.
Yeah.
But I do want to know what everyone thinks with me. Do you agree with me with the Urus? Let me know below. Or if you don't, still let us know.
Tell him he's an idiot.
No, shut up. It makes sense, okay? Because it doesn't. I don't understand why you'd pay so much more for Urus when you could just buy an RSQ8, which is still a fantastic car.
Because Lamborghini.
Anyways, next subject.
Right, Sal, so this is a bit of an interesting one. Tell me the history of what is this and why is it a thing?
Okay.
Because it's an Aston Martin smart car by looks.
Correct. So
please explain.
So, as we all know, when things were changing where manufacturers had to obviously abide by emissions and all that.
We went through that phase there where it was all very
so it was heavy, right?
Yeah.
Aston at that period of time, and I believe, don't mark me on this, but I believe it was 2012, 2000, that era. Like,
sounds about right.
It's about then, right? It's when the emissions started becoming strong, right?
It's when Volkswagen did some good things, right?
Yeah, correct. We won't go there. But so they had to create, Aston had no choice but to team up with Smart and build the Cygnet, which is just a smart car with an Aston. It was a but they had to sell a few, right? But not this one. I'll explain this one in a minute.
Yeah.
They had to sell a few to obviously abide by the emissions because they didn't have any cars that would give them that offset. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So they built the Cygnet, right? Then they built a one-off with a 4.7 litre V8 from the Vintage.
How do you even fit that thing in this car? Look at it. It's
and rear-wheel drive. Look at that Goodwood. Wait, can we put this on? Oh, the noise isn't working. How do you turn up your laptop?
This one.
Oh, TV. Yeah, it's on the TV.
Because again, the engineers could do it. Now, I'm not suggesting it's for everybody. It's a wonderful noise, even if it doesn't make an ideal shopping.
Jesus.
It just looks hilarious.
It doesn't make any sense.
There was,
Can you imagine driving that thing?
It'd be scary.
It would be sketchy as. Wow, yeah, look at him go. Look, a very interesting.
Come on, it is hilarious seeing that climb that hill.
It's funny that Aston did this.
Yeah, look at that. It is a bit stupid.
Would you own it?
How did what I'm amazed, how the heck they fit?
Look how far back it goes.
But how did they fit that in that car?
I don't know. Does it have a dash? Because it honestly feels like
how the engineers
half of the engine. It feels like half of the engine must be in the dash.
So okay, there's the original Cygnet. So guys, if you want to know, if you're watching, so there's the original one. Yeah, it's hideous, right? It's stupid. There is a dash.
The engine must be
just in
inside the dash.
Yeah, must be inside. It would be very warm in there.
I think it would have been very warm in there.
But
oh Jesus!
This is again. I just want to watch it again. Right?
Oh come on, Sal!
It's hilarious.
Can you work a computer?
This is quite something.
It just looks hilarious.
It is back, but this time it's got a V8.
Because again, the engineers could do it. Now, I'm not suggesting it's for everybody.
I'm not suggesting it's for everybody. No, it's not.
It's definitely not for everybody.
No.
But it's, I guess, just a cool piece of engineering.
It's just showing that we can put a V8 in the smallest thing possible.
Yes.
Yes. Which
Good job.
Which brings me on to this next topic.
Yep.
Right, guys. So, yeah,
The carry.
the Suzuki Carry. Now these are very popular at the moment. They're going like everyone's buying in Australia right now. They're actually going up. It's like the sales are crazy. People are really wanting these.
Okay.
They're quite a funny car. I had the privilege of doing a review on this, part of Revved Up Reviews, our new partnership with Only Cars, down at My Car Choice in Greystanes.
All right, cool.
Not Greystanes, Greenacre. Sorry, Greenacre.
Okay, right.
Sorry, Greenacre. If you're looking for a Suzuki Carry, go check out them, okay? Brilliant dealership, and the owner is a lovely guy. Mo, he will help you out no matter what.
What are they doing for us?
So,
Why has it got such an appeal?
So I understand the kind of appeal to this thing. Okay, so
You're the ute guy, and this is what kind of a...
it's hilarious,
truck
right?
ute?
Okay,
Like, what
so
is...
first of all,
Let's go.
it turns heads. It is hilarious.
Does it actually?
Yeah, no, you drive that on the road and everyone looks at Nick, you're seriously, there's the windscreen.
They're tiny, aren't they?
You're sitting upright, windscreen's, it is small as anything, right? So tiny, but it turns heads, everyone looks at you, because it's hilarious. It's comical. So, just to let you know how... You don't even get, you get a 3 litre, 700cc motor,
Okay.
right? So it's not even not a 3 litre, 3 cylinder, sorry. 3 cylinder, 700cc, because that made no sense when I
was
just
thinking,
said.
my brain was ticking there for a second. I'm like, 3 litres?
Yeah, so,
I'm like,
nah, that made no sense. That was a quick cock up.
Try again.
3 cylinder, right?
700cc.
So it's not even 1 litre, right? So it's small.
It's got like negative power.
Negative. Yeah, it does have actually negative power because it only makes, wait for it,
Drum roll.
under 40 kilowatts
Sick.
and under 70 newton-meters of torque.
How does it
Not 100.
How does it get up a hill?
So, I drove it and I thought it would be really slow. It is not blisteringly fast, but
How does it get up a hill? 70 newton meters torque. How do you carry... No,
there is a turbocharged version.
No, okay, it's called the carry.
Yeah.
I presume this vehicle is meant to carry
350
things.
kilos in the back tray.
You telling me that's going to get up a hill?
I should have done that part of the test.
should.
I didn't do that part of the test.
Can you do that and come back to me?
So,
Because I don't think it can make it.
when you put your foot down, it's hilarious. There's a lot of noise happening, but nothing
Nothing
goes. Like just it's.
Oh,
but look, okay, this is where I'm getting at. So we've ticked boxes.
Yeah.
This would be a very brilliant car if, seriously, I thought about it. If you're a tradie and you got a sports car, like you've spent all your money like an M3, because you don't want a ute. You don't want a big 4x4. You're not like me who loves utes.
Yep.
You don't give a crap. You just want to get to work, throw your shit in the back, and not care what you drive. You want it to be ridiculous on fuel, which this is. It's
It probably uses zero fuel.
it's absolutely cheap as chips on fuel. Like you're looking at 5 litres per 100 k's.
Yep.
It's nothing, right? Parts, cheap.
Yep.
Maintenance, cheap. Parking, easy,
Yeah.
right? Does it turn heads when you put your logos on it? Yeah, it does. People will start to turn. So I see the appeal if you're one of those people who go, you know what, I don't care. I just want something that's going to turn heads, draw traction, and I just need something in the city that's easy to get around and park.
I got a question for you though, because I get all those pro points, but I feel like it's not hugely appealing to Australia. I feel like that is all those points you just gave me sounds amazing if you're in a small city with many people, with difficulty getting around, all the rest of it.
Well, they're selling.
In
People
Australia?
buying, yeah. A guy has bought one of these and put his pizza oven stuff on the back.
Well, that's kind of cool. I get that.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
again, he probably can't go up a hill.
Look, but they turn heads, and like Mighty Car Mods has one.
I
So
get
the
it.
boys,
I get
if
it.
you're
I just can't see that it's going to be a huge influx. I agree, it probably ticks a market.
Yep.
But I don't think you're going to buy one of these instead of a practical normal ute for tradies and stuff. You would see...
I think they're fun.
I think you'd see minimal.
I think they're fun. I think they're a great idea if you have a farm too.
Yeah.
If you had a farm,
Yeah. Actually, I can see them working on a farm quite well. Right? Because you're just zipping around. You don't need anything else but to light, easy, chuck some hay in the back and zip around. Definitely more of a use case than me. I don't think you're going to get your tradies to all switch their utes to these.
could you imagine if we saw like the whole of Australia?
I don't think so. Look, I get that you'll probably find a portion of people will find them useful, but you're not going to swap. Your traders aren't going to go, yeah, mate, I want to swap me,
My Ranger
3 litre turbo Ranger for a 700cc. No. But anyway, they're cool.
I think it's a cool little car. I really did enjoy driving it, and look, I'm all for it,
Hey,
mate.
if you got one, let us know if you like it.
Yeah, if you got one, please let us know. And we might, if you've modified it, made it really cool, I'd love to do a Pride and Joy episode on it. No joke, I would love to do a Pride and Joy episode on it. I think it'd be hilarious because it is a freaking hilarious car to drive. You get in it and it's just, there's so much to it. There's a lot of character to it. It has a lot of character and a lot of substance. And that's what I like about odd cars like this.
Okay.
Is because it's different.
Okay.
Do you know? It's not just the same as everything else. But
I'll take your word for it. Thanks, sir.
anyways, let's get to the next subject.
So, Jeep.
Yes, they're not
Having
doing well.
big troubles. Probably, I would personally say, a brand of car that does not interest me.
I would agree on that.
Every single time I see anything about the Jeeps when it comes to safety ratings and tests on them and everything else, they're abysmal.
But not even just their test, their build quality is terrible. It's woeful. The amount of reviews I've seen... Look, guys, I've had opportunities to do reviews on
Sorry,
Jeeps.
Jeep, but we are
I'm
absolutely poo-pooing you.
Yeah, like, I've had big opportunities to do them and I've refused to do reviews on them because...
Yeah.
Look, the build quality is subpar.
Yep.
And the safety is
Terrible.
subpar.
Oh, look, I have a good story for you. Back when I was younger, we had we all bought our cars, and I was lucky enough that I got a little Mazda something, but it had all the safety and all the stuff from the family. And went some family friends who decided they wanted to put their kids in a Jeep because they're like, big and it's safe and it's this. And we went, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And so we all went and did a safety course down at Eastern Creek where we did a whole bunch of like stopping and turning in cones and wet and whatever else. Oh my goodness. The Jeep could not turn under braking. It was just ploughing cones down. It was braking like 3 times longer to come to a stop than our other cars. The next day, our family friend went out, sold it, bought something else.
Yeah, and look,
because they just went, I'm putting my kid in this thing. If they have
an accident,
or they're in trouble and have to get on the brakes, or they have to do something, they're dead. And so that has stuck with me from a very young age. And you kind of think, well, maybe they're going to improve. But I saw something only recently. It was the same thing. A Jeep came down, went to do this, and it rolled. I was like...
well, the Wranglers have always been unsafe. No matter when.
Yeah, terrible.
A car that you can take door panels off, I don't think is a safe car. Right on a roof, very easily yourself. So, look, I've never truly loved the Jeep. They brought out, obviously, as we know, the SRT and then the Trackhawk with the Cherokees.
Right? Like Wranglers, you seem quite popular. The Trackhawk,
the Trackhawk and the SRT, right? The reason being they were stupid, right? They were dumb forward drives that were ridiculously fast with a Hellcat engine in them. Like, duh. Of course they're going to sell. Like, anyone... But, did you ever have a chance of driving one?
No. Was it terrible?
Very interesting to drive.
Okay.
It felt unfinished, in the best way to put it. Okay. Not that they were terrible, it's just that driving them fast... It felt like they would hold in corners, but they were so top heavy and so... It felt like they could have spent a bit more to make it a bit more better at handling the power.
Yeah.
But I understand what they did, and then they just grabbed the engine from a freaking Hellcat and chucked it in. You know what I mean?
And said, should be right, mate.
So you had like their massive Hemi V8
Yeah.
in the SRT, the original one, without the supercharger.
Right? Like, let's chuck in a big engine here, but it probably didn't handle, didn't brake, didn't feel good.
It launched very well.
As would you
expect. It was extremely fast off the line, and it would put a smile on your face because of the noise it makes, especially the Trackhawk version, which had the supercharged.
Look, there has been a few gone past, and I've gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would never buy one.
Same.
Like, I would love to drive one, but I would never buy one.
You'd probably drive one, go, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
And happy to hand the keys back.
Yeah. And I did do a review on one when I originally... Remember Jim's Cars Burgers, where it all started?
Yep.
Yeah. So I originally...
Back in the day.
So I had the opportunity to do a review on an SRT. And I don't get me wrong, I loved the engine.
Yep.
The powertrain was amazing. Build quality. So the car that I was reviewing, the carbon fibre dash, that the inlays, were coming off. And the car wasn't even that old.
I was going to say, it was probably like the first 12 months.
It was peeling off.
Yeah.
The glue that held it together, and then I heard stories, the seats. Build quality for Jeeps. So I'm not amazed that they're in trouble as well, but the Stellantis brand in general are not in a good way. And they obviously have a lot of brands under them, right? Not just Jeep, right? So this brings me on to this. So the Grand Cherokee is now no longer in Australia.
Yep.
Which I'm kind of... because this one, the replacement, had a lot of issues. I watched a lot of other journos do reviews on this, panel gaps, this, that. Like,
So again, this poor build quality.
just poor build quality.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Jeep, the brand, it does have a great brand name.
One of the nation's top selling, once.
Yeah,
It was once the top selling.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know what happened over time with Jeep. They just,
Look, yeah, they obviously didn't,
I think their peak was the SRT.
Yep.
That was their peak. And then just from there, they just,
Well, what else have they done since?
well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, you think about it, like you said, like,
What else
what
have
have
they
they done? Like, the SRT was like a big, boom, hit out of the park, mad, right?
What have
And
they done?
then track walk. And then it's just like, well, why would you buy a Cherokee?
I can't think of why I would buy any of them.
Like, that's the same price as, like, a Prado.
Are they actually?
Yeah, well, I'll go a Prado.
Oh, like all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like, that's the easiest choice you'd ever have to make.
it's like, no,
Yeah.
fly. I wouldn't even choose. But that brings me on to the last one,
Yep.
which we're going to talk about, because Nick made a good point about this. And this is, I find this sad. Maserati are in big trouble.
Yeah.
They're 50% drop in sales.
Not surprising though. Look, I was saying to Sal, really for me, Maserati's always had an interesting design with their cars,
Yep.
which I think has appealed to a lot of people, or kind of been a little polarizing. I'd say I haven't ever been like a huge Maserati fan as far as looks wise. Some of their cars have been great looking cars,
Yeah.
but what they've always had is that noise and that driver experience too, right?
Well,
When
it's
you
always
jump
their
in-
V8s,
yeah, you jump in a Maserati, you go, this
which
thing
were technically
sounds
not a Ferrari motor.
technically not.
Yeah.
But look, they would always sound amazing. You'd always know Maseratis for that. They were always a stylish car. They always had nice. But I think they always had a little bit of trouble with build quality as well, to be fair. There was a few that were a bit subpar.
Yeah, but I'm going to say this about Italian cars in general, okay? Don't go
They're all
there.
made on a Friday, mate.
No. Okay. Some Italian brands, some. Okay, yes, build quality has been like... But the thing with an Italian car is that most of those little imperfections... Look, and Jeremy Clarkson has said this in the past, and it's
Sure,
true what he said.
alright.
When a car doesn't have faults, it doesn't have a human quality to it.
But
so us car enthusiasts,
I don't
we
think these are
relate
the
to
faults
cars
that he's talking about
when
when
they have
things fall
faults.
off.
No. It's very human-like. When things have human imperfections, it makes the car more human-like, right? So
this sounds like an Italian trying to explain why Italians can't build cars.
we can build cars. Please don't go there. Our engines, nothing. You've even said this on the podcast. Nothing sounds as good as a Ferrari, and it doesn't. Okay. Like
That's about all you do well.
what engines?
Yep.
Nah, please. We do design, engine, interior. Everything's awesome, and I will admit this, right? That when we do all that and we put it all together and it's time to just put the final touches of screwing things in the interior,
Yeah, it doesn't quite go so
no, it's coffee time and we forget to do it.
100%. You either miss a screw or something's not quite attached. 100%. It's
But-
the finishing touches. Why can't you guys do the finishing touches?
Because it's coffee time.
Italian.
It's time to have a rest. No, but honestly, I love Maserati. I've always have.
Yeah.
But Nick makes a very valid point, is that they no longer have that beautiful roaring V8, and you try to think to yourself, like the original Gran Turismo, right, had the V8, right? Then you had the Quattroporte, right, the four-door, right?
You know, I nearly bought one of those.
They were freaking awesome.
They were.
were-
I remember hearing and seeing the thing, and I was actually
man.
like, do I get one of these?
They were, okay, at the time, they were slower than an M3. They
Yeah.
were slower than a C63, but you didn't
they
give a
were
shit.
sounded-
You didn't care.
agreed.
The noise that thing made,
Yeah.
you're just like, nah, don't care. That doesn't bother me at all.
I waited up when I bought my F80 M3,
Wow.
whether I got that, but I
See,
ended up going the M3.
But see, then Nick makes a good point. You no longer have that. You no longer have the Gran Turismo with the V8, and then the Gran Turismo Stradale, which there was like the full track spec version, which was
Yeah.
like all those are gone. So
What's Maserati got for us now?
like V6 twin turbo is just like
And the problem is they've got competitors in that market.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion, are doing it better, and that's part of the problem, I think.
And when your your younger sibling, is doing it a lot better, right? the V6, which apparently that V6 twin turbo apparently is definitely not a Ferrari V8.
Definitely not.
Taking 2 cylinders, no, not at all. But that is a great car. I love that car.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm with Nick. I'm sorry, like, what are they ticking and what's the future for them? I do want to see them exist.
Yeah, 100%. I think they've, again, made some, bit polarizing on some of their design and some of their concept, but I think they have made some very nice looking cars.
Yeah.
They've made some great engines, or using some great engines. Sound amazing.
Yeah.
And I think some of the models have been fantastic. But, again, another brand I feel like that just has fallen off and not really done anything new and innovative. And like, I don't think they necessarily need to do anything like, whoa, look, we've done this.
Yeah.
But if they came out with a new 2-door sports car or even a new 4-door sports car version with something that sounded and looked cool,
Yeah, it's true.
would you be like, oh shit, Maserati's here again?
Yeah.
What have they done?
Yeah, that's true.
But
the sad thing is we're seeing a lot of manufacturers struggling.
huge amounts.
So what the heck's happening?
I think we're seeing a bit of a change just in general in the motoring and, auto trade. I think we're seeing manufacturers fall off and other manufacturers come
I
up.
think what's happened personally is that there was this massive push for electric. And I'm not hating on electric cars, so please understand this. But there was this massive push for electric that forced all these manufacturers to spend shit tons of money on all these cars. And then go, oh, it doesn't work. No one wants them. And now we're going, shit, now how are we going to make money?
Yeah. And now they're having to rewind their thought processes.
And
they just haven't been quick enough on it.
Yep.
And a lot of them are lagging behind as far as giving anything to the market that is appealing. So,
anyways, on that sad note, right, unfortunately,
yes.
That's it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, like what Nick was saying, don't forget to check out our latest Pride and Joys episode.
Yep.
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
Other than that, have a great week, and we'll catch you next week on another... exciting episode next week.
Exciting.
We've got a special guest.
Special guest.
So we've got a special guest next week. So exciting episode. We've got a special guest next week, which is pretty cool. Change of location where we're filming.
Yep.
So it's going to be quite mad. Just stay tuned for that. As I was saying, have a great week.
Enjoy, guys. Thanks for watching.
We'll catch you soon.